Greetings from North Pole, Alaska. This is Luke, my son, and me and Luke just got done building this ugly drum smoker. I wouldn't say we're done because it'll probably be an evolving project. First off, we took this 55-gallon drum, and I didn't use any bolts on this. I welded everything. So first off, we have 3/4 inch black pipe in the bottom. There's 3 nipples sticking out, and what we did is we took like 4-inch nipples and I cut them in half, and then I welded the nipples, the cut in next to the barrel so I could put that pipe on there, the cap on there. Watch out, Luke, you're in the shadow there. So 2 of them have caps, and the third one has a 90, and the 90 comes up to a CPVC ball valve, and it's high enough that I didn't think the temperature would affect it. And then after I welded them, then I took a drill and drilled through the center. That way, the thought I had was that I might burn through it. The thing we finished today was this charcoal basket. So I had a grate from an old barbecue. You see it's been used. And I just bent this expanded metal to fit around it and welded it in place. And then we had a little bit of this, I believe it's 1/2-inch angle iron. So just to dress it up, and so we went to cut our fingers on the top, we put angle iron around the sides. And then Luke had a great idea about this handle. I was trying to figure out how to put a handle across here. A lot of people just weld the handle right across there. The problem you have is if you do that is if you try to dump more charcoal in there, then the handle gets in the way. So we made this handle. Again, this is some stainless steel that came off that old barbecue grate. We just bent it. You can see where we welded a nut. I welded a washer to the side so that would ease the swiveling of the handle. A lot of people make these grates I've seen, and then they weld bolts to the bottom of it to give it some elevation from the bottom. And the grate I had was too big. So rather than cut the grate to size, as you can see, we have 2.5 inches or so between the bottom of the grate and the bottom of the expanded metal. So the grate itself acts like our feet. So Luke, take that top off and let's put this grate down inside there. So when I got the barrel, obviously I burned the inside because it used to have helicopter grease inside it. So we burned the inside real good to make sure air, we cleaned it out first and then I burned it. And I welded 3/4 inch, I believe it's 3/4 inch, maybe it's 1 inch. I think it's 1 inch angle iron. Kind of a rectangular shape down there. And I wanted a nice strong grate to hold the bottom on. So we took a cooking sheet, as you can see, to catch the ashes. Oh, Luke's got a light there. So you can see the angle iron down inside there. So then I kind of did it backwards. I should have built my firebox first and then put that angle iron, but I ended up having to build that firebox to fit the angle iron. It worked out perfectly because I had that old barbecue grate, so it fit good. I have this grate here I got from Walmart. It was $12 at Walmart. Weber, 22.5 inch, I think. And I just took and welded some angle iron to it on the side here. So all that does is allows me to hang my sheet there, a little piece of 1 inch angle iron. Alright, so that one will go down to the bottom. So I can either have multiple layers of stuff cooking, briskets, what have you, or I can put my bowl full of water and juices on top of that grate. This grate I made myself. As you can see, this is just some expanded metal I cut to barely fit it in there. I put a piece of angle iron across there just to shore it up and welded these handles on both sides to hold it down inside, or to help me get it in and out easier. Alright, so this one will go down in here. Now this one barely fits. So that's a really nice tight fit. And what I did is I made it so it's about 10 inches from the top. So the intent behind that was that hopefully I can fit a turkey in there. And I measured a turkey. I'm going to try tomorrow. Now, before I did the top grate and before I did that firebox, I had a different firebox, just something laying around the house. So we cooked some pork tenderloins yesterday in this thing, and they turned out just beautiful. Now for the lid here, I did the same thing. I welded, Luke put the light over here. I welded this angle iron, as you see, and that angle iron just helps it support the lid, so I have somewhere to put my lid without just setting it on the ground. Now this particular barrel, Luke, if you put that clamp on there, this particular barrel has this cam lock. I don't know if you call it a cam lock, but it's got a clamp, and what they would do is they would padlock it shut. But that allows me to close the lid up and have it nice airtight, so I can, adjust my smoke. This galvanized on top, all I could find was galvanized in, I believe it's 2 inch, maybe 2.5 inch. But this piece I had here was just a top I had laying around the house, and this goes to an oil tank to lock it, and this just allows me to keep the weather out of there. I can turn it, make sure it stays open, and let the smoke out. So, like I said, I weld the handles on the side. Over here, I drilled a hole, I put a thermometer through there, and I don't know how accurate this thermometer is. I'm actually probably going to go on eBay and buy some different thermometers. Just below it, right there, you can see I drilled a hole, so I have an electric thermometer that's going to go into there, and along with all this welding, I'm going to weld a bracket to the side of this pipe that my base for my electric thermometer will fit in, so it doesn't get damaged from the heat from the barrel. So yesterday I cooked 2 pork tenderloins in there, and then tomorrow I'm going to cook a turkey, because it's what is it, a week before Christmas? Yeah, exactly, it's Sunday before Christmas, and I need to cook a turkey next weekend, so I'm going to cook one tomorrow just to try to work out the kinks with it. But there's a Ugly Drum smoker from North Pole, Alaska. Thank you so much for tons and tons of people on eBay, or not eBay, but YouTube. I got lots of ideas. Some of them I took and improved upon. Some of them I just used exactly what people were using. Next thing to do after this would be to burn all this off and paint this. I'm going to paint this Chevy orange, like my first pickup truck I had was 1971 Chevy. Another thing I'm going to do is I don't like the caps that are on the bottom, so I'm going to, just like this one that comes up, I'm going to put 3 more that come up. Being here in North Pole, it's cold a lot, and I don't want to be outside any longer than I have to. So if I can rise those up, put some valves on them, then that will, I think, ease my going in and out and checking the fire. Like I said, thank you from North Pole, Alaska. Goodbye.